We're joined today by Tom Sutera, pitcher for the BlueClaws in 2020. Kind enough to spend a few minutes with us from up near Albany. Tom, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
How was your spring training going when everything got shut down?
It was going good. We were about, I want to say 2 weeks in. The pitchers got down there a little earlier than the hitters, and we had thrown a couple bullpens. We had just thrown our first live BP facing hitters, and actually we were supposed to throw another one that day that we got shut down. But everybody was doing well, and we were all gearing up, ready to go for the season before they shut us down.
That was your first spring training. What was that? What was the whole experience like?
That was actually my second spring
training.
Second.
Sorry, you're right.
Yeah,
my fault.
No, but it was. I felt this year was a lot smoother. I knew a lot more what to expect going into this year, what in the off season to work on, what to work on less of, and just kind of knew what to expect when I get down there compared to my first year, where it's just kind of you have no idea what you're going to get.
Yeah. How often have they been in touch with you during the transition period here?
We hear from a coach, whether it be pitching coach, strength coach, or medical staff 3 times a week. They call us every Monday, Wednesday, Friday to check in, see how we're doing, get some information on what we're doing throwing wise and strength and conditioning wise, and then they tell us we'll hear from you next week.
Yeah. So what have you been doing throwing wise to stay ready?
I've just been following their program. Recently I've started throwing some bullpens and live ABs over at a high school nearby with some other pro guys and some college and pro hitters. So it's been good to start getting back into the swing of things with baseball, because for a while they had us kind of slowing down, not throwing off a mound because they wanted to see what was going on before they had to start ramping up again, or even not throw at all. But yeah, things are starting to ramp up a little bit. It's starting to get really nice out, so we want to get outside as much as possible.
How many pitches are you up to in a bullpen?
Just 25, 30, keeping it light for the most part until they tell us to really extend it, or until they say just shut it down, we're not playing. So just keeping it light, following the program that they gave us.
Like, are you sending video? Like, how are they, or is it just kind of high level, just to check in kind of stuff? Or are you sending video? They're going over detail.
So far it's just been phone calls and texts occasionally, but with everybody starting to throw more bullpens, they want us sending video, and they're kind of starting to get more in depth about what they want from us and kind of seeing in our mechanics. So the next few weeks should be good for coaching wise with player to coach relations, I'd say.
So back in the spring, you get there 2-3 weeks before the shutdown, which was mid-March. How quickly did everything kind of roll through to the point where it's like, well, maybe we're not going to play for a little while, but we're going to stay in Florida. Maybe we're going to play right through it, or heck, we're getting out of here.
Yeah, I mean, that couple of 3 days that we were down there where they kind of sent us back to the hotel and we weren't playing, we weren't doing anything, we weren't allowed at the complex, were kind of crazy times. And we were hearing stuff from, they were sending us home that night to, we're just going to have the weekend off and then we'll be back playing. So, but I mean, a lot of us, obviously everybody speculates, especially when something like that's going on, but we kind of all were just hoping that it would just be a couple of weeks and we'd get back to it, because as much as everybody loves spending time home and away from baseball, once you get to a point where we are right now, everybody wants to get back and playing again.
Yeah, for sure. And, we've been talking to a few different players, and, you're the same way. I mean, since you became a pro, or even before you were in college, you hadn't really been home at this time of the year. Well, now the college season would have been over by now, but I mean, April, May, you wouldn't have been home. You would have been playing somewhere.
Yeah. This is the first time I've ever been home for this extended period, except for maybe last off season. But even then I wasn't home. I was going around doing baseball stuff, but especially in college, like we would finish our season, whether we made the postseason or not, and then we'd go right to summer ball. And then for last year with the Phillies, it was just all summer long and all fall. And so, it's been nice being home, being with my family and my friends, but obviously would love to be playing baseball right now, traveling up the East Coast.
I mean, I know you just had a birthday, May 29th, which You and I share a birthday.
Oh,
And
really?
yes, we do. So that's cool.
Happy belated birthday.
You too. Happy birthday. But I guess it's got to be cool for your parents, your family. When was the last time you got to spend a birthday with them?
Yeah, it's been
High
maybe
school?
maybe high
Yeah.
school, maybe once in college. I was home with a little layover between um college season and pro ball, or college season and summer ball. But yeah, it's been different being home, that's for sure. I mean, it's something I haven't experienced in a while, but I'm enjoying it.
That's good. But I mean, I know you're anxious. I know all you guys are anxious to get
Yeah.
back to. So let's go back to the BlueClaws last year. Over the course of your time in Lakewood, you made 7 appearances in Lakewood. How do you think you got better from, or even the beginning of last year to where you are now?
Yeah, I mean, last year was a great building season for me. I felt out of spring training, I didn't make, which I would have loved to make Lakewood and been there all year, but I didn't make a full season squad, so I was an extended, which at first I was kind of upset about. But as it went on, I learned a lot about my mechanics, and me and the coaches down there made a lot of different changes that actually helped me progress a lot more than where I was going into the season, even the summer before. So um, it just was kind of a blessing in disguise going to extended and being able to grow as a pitcher, then going to Williamsport. So overall, I thought it was a great year, just development wise, and then also performance wise for the most part.
So, what kinds of things did you work on in extended? And obviously, had you been in Lakewood, you're pitching every 6 games, in that rotation. But but in extended, they have so many guys. Innings are limited, so you're doing a lot more right in bullpen sessions, side work, that sort of thing. What kinds of things were you working on with the guys down there?
Yeah, they tried their best to keep us at kind of a season like rotation with all of our games. Whether even though some of us might have been only throwing 1 inning every few games, but they try to keep us as much as a season rotation to get you going ready for if you're going to Williamsport, or we had a couple of guys actually get called up from extended to Lakewood. So, but a lot of my work was in bullpens and in dry work with the coaching staff down there, and it's just small stuff. It wasn't really changing my whole rotation or my windup, but just a couple little things with like my lower half or the way I was positioning my arms, right? A couple things like that that really kind of helped me hone in on commanding the zone a lot better and being able to command my pitches a lot better.
Our guest is Tom Sutera, 2019 Lakewood BlueClaw. Remember, dental savings are made simple with Choosy, the free, easy-to-use app. Saves you an average of 24% at the dentist with or without insurance. Save more, smile more, learn more at grandslamsavings.com. Wearing your Siena College T-shirt there in up near Albany. Tell us, how'd you end up from Siena to the Cape Cod League to the Phillies?
Yeah, that was a crazy turn of events when that happened. So my sophomore summer, I had a really good summer down in the Valley League in Virginia, and usually around late August, our coach calls and asks, "What are you thinking for next summer?" Like he'll tell you where he can get you. So he called me and said, "Where would you like to play? I can get you wherever you'd like." He offered a couple leagues, and I was like, "Can you get me a spot in the Cape?" And he said, "I can, but as a junior, you'd only be given a temporary contract to start." And he's like, "You sure you want to risk that?" I said, "Would like to play with the best players in the country for as much of a chance I get." And so that summer I went out there I had a good junior year and thought maybe I could get a call on draft night, maybe not. Didn't end up getting drafted, which was great because I ended up going out to have a great summer in the Cape. And it was I want to say it was Wednesday, and I had just haven't made my last start before the All-Star game that I was slotted to pitch in, and then I got approached by 2 Philly scouts that said they'd been following me. They had me fill out their questionnaire a couple weeks earlier. They were just looking for medical stuff to see if I had any medical history, and then they made me an offer. And by Monday, I was on a plane down to Florida for rookie ball.
So this all happened within what? When was it, like your last game to Siena with Siena before and then when you ended up signing with the Phillies?
My last game with Siena was end of May. So I ended up signing with the Phillies in July. So I spent about a month out in the Cape. And when they approached me with their offer was on a Wednesday, and I had accepted it the next morning. And they told me that they'd send me my flight information, and I was gone by Monday.
Everybody has a cool draft story. Some guys are playing golf when it happens. Some of them are watching the computer, and then you have, a free agency story, but the same type of thing. That's a really cool situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, when I called my dad that night, he was kind of like, "Who? You're messing with me." I was like, "They said that they did this and they offer this," and then I had to call this person, that person, college coach, local coach, friend that played pro ball, to see all their thoughts and everything and mull over the options. And best option was to take the offer and come to the Phillies.
Who was a pitcher that you liked to watch when you were growing up?
I really like watching Pedro Martinez, just the way he dominated the zone, the way he had a great changeup, and kind of just how intense he was on the mound. Just every batter just going at them, saying, "I'm going to get you out," and he didn't care.
Were you a Red Sox fan, Yankee fan?
Yeah, I'd say Red Sox fan if I had to choose as a kid.
Have you been to Fenway?
Yes, plenty of times. I've been to Fenway. We used to go on vacation, and if we were in Toronto one time, and the Red Sox were in town, so we went because my family's all big Red Sox fans. So I've been to Fenway, I've been to a couple other stadiums, but when we'd go, it'd always be if the Red Sox were in town.
Give us the rundown on the shirts, on the jerseys on the wall behind you.
The jersey on the wall behind me. So the blue one is a T.Y. Hilton signed jersey. He's a Colts receiver. Me and my dad are both big Colts fans. And then the one behind me is the Players Day jersey from Lakewood that we were able to get. And on it is the nickname Noodle, which was my college nickname from I got it my freshman year. We were playing down at UCF, and I was warming up to pitch for my first college outing, and they had some fans that were tailgating right next to their bullpen, and they just said, "Oh my God, they're warming up a human noodle," and from there it stuck. If anyone sees me at Siena, they don't call me Tom, Thomas, Sutera, they call me Noodle. So it's kind of a nickname that stuck. And then the jersey on the far jersey is my summer ball jersey from my sophomore year down in the Valley League from Percival, Virginia.
That's awesome. And I think I misspoke before. You're in Connecticut, right?
Yes.
I said, yeah. Siena's, of course, up by Albany. Tom joining us from Connecticut. Well, Tom, thank you so much for a few minutes. Hopefully we'll see you back out on a field, a real field, a real game.
I hope so.
At some point soon. We taped this on June 10th, so news might have broken in the time between we taped it and when when the viewer might have seen it. But hopefully we'll get some baseball out there. Everybody's following along, and hopefully we'll get some baseball. Tom, continued success. Best of luck and good luck the rest of 2020.
Thank you.